Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it right now, it is the perfect time for you. What was going on when I posted it, if in your life, if it's been some time since I did post it, that might give you further clarity regarding your situation. So we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Oh, here's my little cat, Stella. She loves to participate in the readings. Her job is to purr and raise their vibration. And you do a good job. Good girl. You showed up. Hey, good girl. All right, so this is the Wheel of Fortune coming in. This is the underlying energy. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Luck is moving in your favor kind of energy. The past, the present, and the future are coming together in synchronicities. And these are going to kind of be shown, and probably in this reading there will be some synchronicities that show up that may give you that might spur your intuition to look into it more. That's the energy that I'm getting, and so I'm just gonna check. It's okay, Stella. Just hold on a minute. I'm just double checking that my camera's running properly and that everything's positioned properly. I was having technical difficulties the last few days, so I'm just being careful. And we have the Four of Pentacles, or Swords. So the Four of Swords is when you decide, I need to go inward, I need to meditate, I need to use my intuition. I'm hanging my mind, my subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind on the wall, and I'm giving my mind a rest, and I want to go inward and pray and meditate so that I can get clarity on a situation that's moving here. And I just said that before I started this reading. Dear Lord, can we have a real clear message here? Because the last two I did were very different readings from what normally happens in my readings. And I mean, it wasn't anything bad or anything, but it was just like looking at things from such a different perspective that it was hard to understand what was going on in the reading. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles is representative of, if you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, and he said, if you understood the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. This is talking about a ratio. And so this is saying, having gratitude for what you have and kind of your environment supporting you. Because the pentacles represent health, wealth, happiness, abundance in the 3D. Like, so it's more lifestyle though. They are coin, so money does play a very significant role, of course, in our lifestyle on planet Earth. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle you want to. So this is saying that, like, this is pre-Empress energy, and she has her hand on 6 of the Pentacles, and the 3 other Pentacles are behind her, and she's saying, I will use these 3 Pentacles to invest in other people, for charity, for projects that are not part of my integral life. But I'll keep that ratio. She always keeps this ratio so that she always has this much for herself so that she can move forward in a strong way. And right now, as we're doing this reading, we have a full moon it's the 30th. This reading will come out on the 30th or the 31st. I think it's the 31st, actually. So the full moon is on the 1st, and this full moon is in Leo, and it's really talking about leadership. And Leo energy is about leadership, and that's what the sign that's dominating this moon. But across from that, directly across the horoscope wheel, is the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius that's where the sun is now, and it is shining light on anything on this full moon that would affect people's leadership abilities, any weaknesses around looking after yourself, having that strong balance here that we're talking about. If you give too much of yourself and invest too much in others, you won't have enough left for you to continue investing. That's the energy. And we have the Justice. So Justice is talking about, justice is justice in the 3D, but it's also talking about justice in the spiritual realm. And justice actually starts in the spiritual realm, and it trickles down to earth, basically. And, the figure that here, she's got the sword of justice in her hand, and she's ready to wield it because her right foot is forward. You notice her right foot is just peeking outside of this robe. So she's about to move forward. This justice is coming in. The Wheel of Fortune represents it's already turning. This is destined to happen. It has, so there's some sort of justice regarding Pentacles, lifestyle, that's coming in. And it's like, I feel like what this is representing is the full moon is a time where your intuition is really strong. So this is a really good time to go inward. We're about to, on the 17th of February, we will be moving into the year of the fiery horse. That's the Chinese New Year. And we're leaving the energy of the snake. And the snake is about shedding your skin and releasing anything that no longer, is like anything that's holding you back. And that's the perfect time to do that right now with this full moon, especially in that leadership role. And then when you have accomplished that, you're more likely to be able to benefit others around you and have that strength in this ratio. So I feel like that's basically what this is saying. Some form of justice is coming in regarding Pentacles. We have a King of Swords here. So the King of Swords represents your intellect, your control over your mind, like your discipline of your mind. So this is talking about basically using intuition and your mind. Whoops, sorry. It's okay, Stella. I apologize. My cat just jumped and scared me because my dishwasher is on. I do hope that it's not disrupting your ability to hear. I do have my mic on that with the sound canceling. It should just be a minute if it is bothering you. I thought it was actually done its cycle before I started this reading. So this is talking about, again, this foot is ready to move forward with maybe to implement, there we go. The dishwasher is now done. I thought I had already completed the cycle before I started this reading. So we have, that might be significant, right? There could be some energy here where somebody thought that they had completed a cycle, but they hadn't quite, and that now would be a good time to do that. Interesting. Everything that happens in a tarot reading, I feel, happens for a reason. So this energy is, the King of Swords is someone that they're usually professional in nature, and they usually use their words as how they earn their pentacles. And this is talking about, like someone that's a lawyer, like this, quite often this energy, this is about the justice system. And so this could be someone, if it's a king, of course, they're going to be at the top. So this would be the head prosecutor. This could be a judge, that kind of energy, like someone who is in an authority position. This could be chief of police, the FBI, the CIA, that kind of energy. Someone at the top. This could be ministers and, like public safety ministers. It could be the energy of senators, that kind of energy. So this is someone that uses their words, and they wield their sword. They understand that words have power, and that words can be used as weapons as well. Words, really actions, though, speak louder than words. Like you can make the decree, but then someone has to make sure that the sword comes down and the justice is actually is served. And so we have two people just about to leave their throne to make sure that this happens, because the wheel is turning. We have 9 cups here. So this is something, and the cups represent love in the tarot. This is this is something up higher, because this is being something, people involved in this are public figures of some sort. Now that could be anywhere from like leaders of countries. It could be, you know, whatever's happening in the courts right now on a global level that we're hearing about. You could turn on the news, it could be a bazillion things, really. There's a lot of energy out there where things that happened like even a decade ago are coming to light now, or even further away than that, you know, and like disclosure of, you know, even of, you know, events that happened in the 60s, and like just like there's all this energy where the truth is coming out, kind of energy. And yet at the same time, we're in this real weird place where AI is out there, and AI, and I kind of wonder about that sometimes. Why is all of a sudden AI is here now? And that's, we're in the age of Aquarius, so it makes sense. But right when we're getting all this truth, there's AI out there, and we have to really look into, is this the real truth or not? Because it's so much easier to obscure the truth now than it used to be. Like, and so that's kind of where the world is in kind of like a very different energy right now. You may have noticed. But what justice prevails, the truth always does come out eventually. And that's kind of the message I feel with that energy. But this is someone who's sitting on a stage, and they have like 9 cups here. And it's hard to say now, because the past is his present, is his future. Are these cups above this person's head, or are they behind him on a shelf? And this has already happened. That it was on a public stage, and now this justice is coming in about it. So that kind of energy from what's happening on a global level, as above, so below, it represents also, of course, the energy that's at the very top has a profound effect on everybody. You know, shift runs downstream, basically. So that's the kind of energy. So we would all be feeling this on a less significant level, but it could be playing out in individuals' lives, on, you know, the same energy on a smaller level, kind of. But so this is representing like having 9 cups of love. And so this is, usually cups represent romantic love, but they can also represent love of something that you love to do, love to be, you know, a place you want to be, that kind of energy. Love for your partner, love for your children, love for your career. So this is 9 cups, and you can only get 10 in the tarot. You've got 9 pentacles, and you've got 9 cups. So this is lifestyle plus love. And this would be like a wish come true. The problem with wishes is that if you're wishing for something, you don't have it yet. This is saying stay focused. Don't, you know, don't blink now, kind of energy. You need to stay in the game. Many a race is lost in the last lap. You're very highly favored to win. Having said that, you don't want to be distracted right now. And we have this energy here of the Knight of Swords coming in. So the Knight of Swords is delivering a message. And the message is like, you know, in the old days, of course, the knights would work for the king and the queen in the palace, and they would deliver messages far and wide. And so sometimes they would have to travel maybe for weeks to get a message to another kingdom, and then wait for the answer, and then take it all the way back. So the communication could be very slow. By that time, when they came back, it might have already been solved, you know, with any luck. But this energy is saying like there's some sort of information coming in. Someone's either running to this justice and running from something, running from destiny. It kind of running from this wheel, trying to beat the wheel. Does that make sense? Like trying to, racing the wheel. And I just said many a race is lost in the last lap, so keep your focus. So this is some sort of energy communication coming in. And of course, these days, energy or information can come in from an email, from a phone, a text message. You know, it could be a social media post, something that you see in the news, and that kind of energy. This energy is representing someone like look how anxious this person is. They are literally like driving this horse forward, or this horse has taken off and is spooked and they can't stop it. So they're just hanging on for dear life, kind of energy. And this is very much talking about the Chinese New Year. We're moving into that fiery horse energy on the 17th. And that energy is very much it's really setting high achievements and reaching for goals, and in matters of love being, you know, like really passionate and heartfelt. And this is talking about having like kind of a free-spirited attitude. But on the other side, it's also talking about being very impulsive, how dangerous it is to be impulsive. And also this energy, if you've ever ridden a horse, the way you control the horse is the bit in its mouth is very sensitive around the corners of its mouth. And so that bit, just if you just touch the reins, the horse knows, I want to go in this direction, that direction. And if a horse gets that bit in their teeth and chomp down on it, they can run for miles. And all you can do is hold on, because you're not going to be able to stop that horse. It's going to have to run out of steam kind of energy. And so this is saying be very careful of impulsive actions, that you run hard with, and then there's no way that you can turn back. And also, don't do things so fast. Like, this is sometimes representing a fool rushing in. He has information, but we can't see the point, So only half his sword is showing here. And he's running against the wind through barren land. And I feel like the horse is more in control, and look how stressed out the horse is. So this is exactly the energy that you don't want to be in the year of the horse. This could get you like way far off your path kind of energy. Interesting. So some sort of information coming in, and it's about destiny, about a wheel turning. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, and we have the Three of Pentacles energy coming in. So the Three of Pentacles is talking about you have mastered your skill set, and this is really great. You're in an elevated position. People are noticing, hey, this person's really good at what they're doing. But these two people come in and they've got plans in their hand, and they want you to work for them, or they say they want to collaborate with you. This is a card, this is a warning that if you work with anyone when you're in this position, because this can represent someone that, like, let's say you've been going to university for years now, and you finally get the degree, and now, and you were top of your class, and people are scouting you, and they're coming in, and they're wanting to offer you a position. This is you, working really hard as an apprentice and getting your own ticket. So now you're a certified electrician or a certified plumber or that kind of energy. This is talking about, like, this is a sculptor here that's doing very intricate, beautiful work. And this is a specialized work. And you're at the top of your game. So this is saying you're the one who has control over how and who you want to work with. Be very careful of people coming in from that have other goals that are not in alignment with yours, and they just want to use your energy, not elevate your position further. You have the choice of who you want to work with. And so this energy quite often can represent secret society energy, and they have their own reasons for why they want you to work for them, and you don't know what those are, and they're not going to tell you, because they have like their own rituals, and they have like it's like a pact that they make between them, that they're going to do what's best for the group, not for the individual, and get you to be working towards their goals, which could be in some ways in alignment with yours, but you're going to have to do it their way when you're in a position where you could be working with people who have to do it your way. So this is just saying, be really careful that if you sign any contracts, any energy like that, that you make any agreements with people, that you are the one that has control over that. So you have control over your life still. That's the energy coming in. So this is really good news, because you're being, clearly words getting out. This person is really good at what they do. On the other hand, you have to be really careful who you collaborate with. And then we have the energy, because right here we have it. Of course, this energy, I don't know why, how many times I shuffle my deck, and these two cards often come out together. And it's always like, this is a full moon, and this is when this energy loves to come out, because this energy, these people are celebrating. It's a celebration, clearly, but no one's looking at each other, and they're more celebrating something that's happened or that's been done than they are celebrating with each other. They're just three people who have put the energy in. You see that? There's no looking at each other and going, oh, we did a good job. It's all about, look at it, the job is done, more energy. And in many European cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck in your romantic life. Now the cups are about romance, so that kind of defeats the purpose kind of energy. And the other thing is, this can quite often represent in a love relationship, why are there 3 cups? Why isn't there 2? So it can represent a third party energy, or an energy that has ulterior motives to what you want. And you would be the third person. 2's company, 3's a crowd kind of energy. So that's that energy coming in. And but it's not surprising because this is the full moon. And so the good news is that you're definitely in a leadership role in whatever it is you do, because people are noticing you, and at quite a high level, I'm getting. And then this is the reason why the wheel is turning for you, though, is because you're staying on your destined path. And because you're staying on your destined path, the wheel's turning for you. But if you involve yourself now with people that have karma coming in, then you're going to end up paying the price for their actions instead of getting what you deserve. And you're like 1 pentacle away from like 10 pentacles, which is the most you can have total, like abundance of every kind on planet Earth, and 9 cups of things and what you love to do and be, and that kind of energy. And you just need 1 more cup. You almost have everything that you've wished for. And all of a sudden, these people want to come in and collaborate with you. That's the energy. And so this is talking about the Queen of Cups is unconditional love. So it's talking about her love is almost like a trophy here. You may notice her cup has a lid on it, and it's the only cup in the out of all the cups in the tarot that has a lid on it. And this is saying that she's a container of love, unconditional love. This is, I feel, a message coming down from your maternal line, your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother energy, saying that they have unconditional love for you. This can also represent, how you feel about your significant other. This is someone who's highly likely to be married in a more traditional, like in a relationship that's a more traditional marriage kind of role. Someone who's really like raising the family, loves the children, loves the pets, loves to keep the house running in a strong way, that kind of energy. And there is a heartbreaking decision, a potentially heartbreaking decision that needs to be made here. And notice, look at, this is right on the sword energy. Otherwise, look at the energy is here of needing to put your mind away and use your intuition. And now this is saying whatever this justice that's coming about is a heartbreaking situation. This is, when you first look at this, it's very disturbing, of course, because there's 3 swords in someone's heart. Having said that, when you look again, you realize, oh, the heart's really big, and they look like swords, but they're more like their thoughts and intentions and gossip and that kind of energy, abusive words being spoken, that kind of energy. It's about the spoken word, and it's also because it's in the throat here. You could look at this, it could look like a cliff, like a cloud, or this could look like someone's throat and their shoulders and their head here. And so this energy represents this threesome energy coming down in between 2 people and causing heartbreak. And this is talking about also gossip and slander and that kind of energy that I was talking about. This is not, this energy here is not intended for you to get the 10th cup and the 10th pentacle. It's more like for them to get it. That's the energy we're dealing with. Yeah, but justice, it's sitting right on this justice here. And so it's going to end up, you're going to get the 10th cup as well as the 10th watch. There'll be another pentacle coming in here in some way because the wheel of fortune is turning. So this is saying, this is that wish energy again. Remember, wishes are something you have to work towards. So it's saying keep staying on your path. And I feel like this energy is like when you look now, okay, this is the tools that you have. So if you have strong intuition, you have a legacy of money here that is at your fingertips, basically. Justice is coming in, and there's someone that's going to implement that justice. This is something that you've always wished for, but this energy is racing in to take it. That's the energy. You see that? How different that is from this energy here. And this is coming back to, if you stay on your path, that's what this is. Temperance is devotion to your path. And you have to be patient. Like, you can't expect overnight success. Overnight success is a myth, actually. A lot of times when it appears that someone has overnight success, I was just watching something about that. And even movie or say music sensations that overnight they become an overnight success. If when you look into it, in the back there's some sort of record label or something that's pushing them. Like, there's some energy behind it that is hidden, that people are not aware of, and that's why they do so well, because the whole industry is pushing them, but they're pretending, oh, it was just someone we found on the street, kind of like, the model that has this great career. In the old days, it would work like that, but you may have noticed now when it comes to music. I just posted something from the song that was coming in by Led Zeppelin. And they have a song that for 50 years, it's been out there and people are still dancing to it, and it's well known. But these days the music's very trendy, so it's like come and go kind of energy. And that's the kind of energy we're talking about here. So this is saying that, like, if you want a strong foundation for this happiness and success, generational wealth, it takes time. You have to be patient and stay on your path. And look at, there's the cup of love coming in. So this is saying that there's going to be some, this energy, stay on your path, and you will have this cup of love with a divine partner. It will be coming into you. It's on its way. It's destined for you, this unconditional love. Like, this energy is rushing in to stop it. This is talking, oh, look at the chariots here. So this is coming in fast, and look at no rains, no need for rains, because look at the difference in the energy between this and this. No panic here. Hey, I don't even have rains. I'm just enjoying the ride. That's the energy. And then we have, that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth. Okay, so this is saying, this card, when this card comes up, this is a gift from the divine. This is the gift of never-ending love, like a ongoing love that's very peaceful. There's a dove here. And this is talking about a divine partner coming in. It's already happening. This is talking about the truth also coming in. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And that's on this energy here, what this justice. Like, look at the sword energy here. That's good choice to use your intuition and go inward. And that would be a really great idea. This is like proof for you. This is something we say in a court of law when we put our hand on a Bible and we swear in court. I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. And this could be energy saying someone perjured themselves and they didn't tell the truth in court, kind of energy, and that's being exposed. Then we have, yes, and this is happening very quickly again. This is already conceived. It's on its way. These actions have been launched, and so this can represent action from the court system. This sometimes can be, this is about being on your destined path, but it's also talking about law and order and karma coming in. So on a spiritual level, karma is coming in, and court is in session in the spiritual realm, and it's also in session in the physical. This can sometimes represent what people call the black and whites, which represent the vehicles that law enforcement, that police officers drive. Quite often they're called black and whites because, like, you'll see the sheriffs, they're black and with a white door, I think, with a star on it. So that kind of energy. And so a lot of that, in the old days, they were all black and whites. Here in Canada, we have RCMP, so they're white. So they're different. The RCMP are different from regular, they're a federal law enforcement agency that is sometimes contracted to do policing at the municipal level, depending on where you live in Canada. Okay, so this is more talking about American justice system than the Canadian justice. I'm Canadian, so I'm just kind of It's something I haven't really thought about before, but that's the energy. There are some cities and locations in Canada that have their own police system, and the RCMP is the federal justice system, but the law enforcement in some places is contracted out to the RCMP, and so there's no police force that is separate from the RCMP in some cities. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that for you Americans, because you probably didn't know that. I actually didn't know that either. I just found that out a few years back. I didn't realize that was a thing, and I live in Canada, so. So the King of Cups is sitting on his throne in like in rough waters here. So this represents chaos and volatile emotions all around him. It's very, the moon creates, the full moon, anyone who's ever worked in law enforcement or in, the medical industry or in the hospitality industry is aware that, it's not a myth. When the full moon is out, people, sometimes it brings out the wild side in people. And so that's the energy. It could be very volatile, but this cup of love is coming in no matter what's going on. It doesn't matter how chaotic it seems. This King of Cups is, and it's interesting because the Justice figure, the King of Swords, and the King of Cups all have their foot forward here. They're ready to get up at a moment's notice because this is coming in. You can almost feel it, right? And it could be coming in by the year of the horse kind of energy, moving into that kind of energy. And, maybe the information is coming to light this weekend. Because this, of course, the full moon's on a weekend here again. So that's going to bring out the wild parties, the wild energy. And then we have, there it is, another pentacle here. It said, this other pentacle is going to come out. If you stay on your path, you get the cup of love. And then you also are going to be rewarded. So we have, in this reading, we have 3 aces coming out. These are all gifts from the divine that you were destined to have, that maybe somehow the energy, it was stopped. But now it's because you stayed on your path, this represents pre-Empress energy. You are going to be rewarded for that, for following your North Star and staying on your path. And it's saying that you had to have a lot. This is sitting right on this energy. You had to really be patient to wait for this energy to be dealt with. And this can represent, we'll see if there's any judgment card that comes in, because sometimes it can involve justice for ancestors as well as for you yourself. Okay, so I just want to say this is what's going on in the tools you have. This is the obstacles that come up. And then this is staying on your path, and so having the courage to stay on your path. And so now you're going to receive your heart's desires. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. It talks about this reward coming in, and the Queen of Pentacles is given this reward because she is shown that she's responsible. She's known for being very resourceful. She can turn nothing into something. She's someone you can count on. She understands, this is old money. This is talking about someone who's been raised to understand the value of money, and not just money, but of investment of your time and energy and money. And perhaps this is something that you needed to learn for yourself about having this energy, so that when this fortune, this is a lot of money, this is a legacy of wealth coming in. When this comes in, you now will know how, you'll have the discernment to be able to deal with it. Plus, any energy that's not supposed to be involved in it has been removed. And that this could be quite a long process. I don't see anything about the ancestors as of yet. We do have now we also have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess sits next to God on the throne, and she's following the cycles of the moon and using her intuition. She's actually in between 2 pillars here. One represents the devil and the other one Jesus Christ. So she is in the center of this energy, and she's using her intuition to navigate. And this is kind of an energy saying that she's watching over the situation. to make sure this justice comes in as well. And then we have the energy of, okay, so here we have the mental prison here. So this energy is saying that someone feels duty bound to, and not able to move forward out of this energy for some reason. So this could represent this energy coming in, like it's sitting right on here. And it's kind of like they may have felt duty bound to perjure themselves in some way, because this is sitting right on the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that's what we say in a court of law. And this is sitting on the justice and the sword of justice, and this is coming in. So this is when you are trapped in a mental prison, but it's because you felt duty bound to saying or doing something. And that might have been to protect family or whatever, but you look at these actions, there's 8 actions here, and there's 8 swords here. And so this energy is saying there's at least 8 actions taken that are going to be dealt with in justice. And some of this is in the past, and some of this is actions that someone's been wanting to take. Now you see this emotional water here in this chaos. I feel that this person was in a position where there was a lot more water here and they didn't know how to walk forward. This is someone who felt too afraid to speak up or lied, one or the other, or both. And their heart is in their throat kind of energy. They didn't feel that they could talk about it. There was fear here, but it has to do with justice of these actions taken. There's 8 and 8. And the other thing that's coming up in this energy is not knowing the whole story here, that kind of energy. Also, this card, besides being a mental prison, can actually represent physical prison from coming in from a court of law, saying that someone's going to prison for whatever this actions that have been taken over here. And then we have all these opportunities coming in. So this could be saying that a bunch of people got together and they really saw a lot of opportunity to take these gifts kind of energy. Because this again is sitting on the sword of justice, or on the sword of the truth, and on law and order. And this is like an empty hole that is sucking in all these possibilities and challenges. Or these can be possibilities can often be disguised as challenges. And I feel like this is saying that they thought that this was going to be something that would be easy to do, and it turned out to be not so easy. Because right here, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swords behind, and 7 opportunities that didn't happen. And there's one still sitting here, and I feel like that's the one that's going to kind of break the bonds here. I'm getting people are starting to speak up, and they're starting to, when this kind of energy is coming in and the truth starts being exposed, people start talking to save their own skin kind of energy. And I feel someone's talking to the justice system. Yeah, and this energy is talking about immature competition. But I feel like there was some adolescent energy involved here, which is really like if there was some adolescence involved in this energy, that's a whole new bag of wax. And that's like that, because I'm feeling like that descendant, or it could have affected people's families in a really negative way, some sort of energy around that. And it was to do with immature competition, like wanting to take the competition out so that they could win kind of energy. And this could be, it could just be as simple as having a really negative effect on the entire family. Like maybe there's children that are at high school age, and now those children are involved in this mess somehow. We have if your parents are involved in it, you're involved in it. Like whatever happens to your parents is going to obviously affect your life. That's the kind of energy. And then we have the hermit energy. So this is when like the dark night of the soul hits, and all of this energy is coming in, and you can just feel it. Like it's been like that like all day today. My cat, like normally she just lays on my lap and purrs. She's really good. Like she shows up. She loves to be sitting here, but she's up and down, up and down, up and down. This is the last reading I'm doing because of it, because because the energy, I can feel it too. It's very discordant, and that's why I kind of said a prayer before this one, like, let's have some clarity here. So this is being pretty clear. This is about like the dark night of the soul for a lot of people. And this is talking about going up to the top of the mountain and isolating yourself and praying so that you can get clarity. And that's what I plan to do after I've done this reading. I'm going to go and meditate, put myself in a good state, and just sit and really tune in what's happening here, because the energy is like, just feel like you can just feel this discordance in the air. And my cat doesn't normally act like this. She usually is just like happy to sit on. She's been up and down, pacing in a really nervous state here. And it's, when she acts like that, it's usually because of energy like this coming in. So I want to, clear the energy in my space, like this energy here. But I'm going to complete this reading before I do that. So this is going up to the top of the mountain, and the hermit goes up there to confer with God. And that's about isolating yourself from other people so that you can really hear, you use your intuition and hear what God's telling you. When this represents following your North Star, because the lantern lights up with the energy here from the North Star, and so that you can make sure you're staying on your path and you're being cleaned from this energy. When the staff of the hermit lights up, it's time to come down from the mountain and put those energies into action. And it's talking about this, it's sitting right on this justice figure right here, this energy. So this could be this person making decisions right now about the actions that were taken. Okay, like how is this going to play out in court? Like that kind of energy. And then we have the Fool is now on a new journey after all of this energy is completed. So this is talking about a cycle ending. And, it'll play out the way it does. This is about the wheel turning, and now the Fool's on a new journey. We're at the 0 point again. And look at the Pentacle energy comes in. So that's talking about whatever this was all about is going to be, the justice system is going to make sure that the Pentacles go where they're supposed to go, and that justice is served. Basic energy, that's the communication coming in. And this is talking about, it's interesting because this is about making money energy. So this is talking about the 3 levels of making money. You can have a strong foundation, and but you don't want to take the risk, and then you can go after your heart's desires or your crowning glory. So this is talking about perhaps this money coming in is going to allow your energy to finally get back on your path and have the money you were supposed to have to take to carry out God's plan. And so a lot of times, like when this kind of energy comes in and people think, oh, like they can get away with it, it's because they think they're smarter than you. But if you're in this energy and you were sent down to do this, they're not fighting you. They're actually trying to disrupt God's plan, which usually does not work out very well for people. And then at the very top, look at this. We have the Empress, pre-Empress to Empress once this money comes in. Back on the path that you were meant to take. You can slow someone else's destiny down, but you cannot stop it. What's meant for one person is meant for that person. We all have these unique abilities. We all are unique. And we all have a special part in God's plan. And if we stick to the plan, and we stick to our destiny, and we put one step in front of the other and do our best to stay on the path, we are going to be rewarded for it. It might look slower than other people. Like as I said, a lot of that instant success actually isn't instant success that you think it is. I just watched a documentary on that this morning. Really interesting energy. So coming from the past, going to the top and back down the pyramid. Okay, going inward so that you can figure out what's going on so that you can stay on your path. You're rewarded for that. This is saying that there's going to be a divine partner coming in that's going to empower you. Law enforcement is coming in because you've stayed on the path. The wheel of fortune is turning. There's going to be all sorts of opportunities presented to you. Whatever was happening with the competition here, it's immature competition. It's not going to affect your plan. This is, you have a strong foundation, and now, like when this information from this pentacle comes in, you now are at the Empress energy. You are the generator. You're the one that is going to implement God's plan now. You're going to have everything you need to do so. You have the 10th cup. You have the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and you have the pentacles that you are supposed to have. Now, the passion maybe is going to come in once you meet this lover. That might be the case, because that's the only reward that has not come in here. And this is talking about, okay, that it comes in. Now you're at the 0 point and you're on your journey again. The wheel turned, and now, yay, we're finally back on, have what we need to continue the plan, God's plan. And you're going to be rewarded in this way because you stayed true to your path, no matter, and it was challenging. This is talking about having to do a lot of back and forth energy to stay on your path. This energy here, this celebration of this energy is done. It's over. That's the energy. This card, it's coming this way. That's the, and I feel like definitely the year of the fire horse energy is very significant here. If you are enjoying this reading, I like this. This is justice for the planet. This is really good energy. This is talking about things being put, a lot of people think right now that the world is going out of order and it's so chaotic, and it's not just right now, but it's also the energy that's been. We have a lot of information at our disposal right now in the click of a finger, so we are more aware of the chaos. But the world is, like the whole universe is expanding, and that's when things get chaotic, but then it contracts and everything's put back in order, and then it expands and then it contracts, and that's how it builds. And I feel like we're coming into a time of contraction where everything is being put back in order in order to bring out the next expansion kind of energy. So I'm using Tales from the Vector, which is my oracle. I started it in 2007. In 2020, I completed 64 paintings. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. In 2020, I completed all 64 paintings. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and that's TAILS, and you can go there and take a look at the paintings in the gallery there if you want more information about it. I'm working on it right now, and so I don't want to print the deck out because I need to print the book out at the same time, and I want to work with the cards online with more people so I get it right. And I will put in the description box below the cards as they come up in this order, so that you'll know what to look for if you look if you are interested and you want to look online. And look at this, we have the Leo energy coming out on this, and this is that Leo moon. And it's also talking about that leadership, that conflict between the personal needs and the group needs, the world's needs and the people that are running things, that kind of energy. It's about being a leader. And this energy is talking about that, like, I love that. This is like on a global scale, on a universal scale. This energy is coming, I feel it's things are coming back into order again for a while. And then we'll have probably some more chaos after that. But that's why this King of Cups is not concerned, because he knows this is a cycle. And look at here, we have the Fool already on their new journey. We have the Emperor energy coming in here again. And so this Emperor energy is talking about this matching the Empress energy here. So this can be talking about performance. Of course, the King or the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one person with all those qualities. And so it may be saying that this meditation that you were, because it's sitting right on this divine partner energy, that there's an emperor coming if you get it right. And look at how here, your pre-empress, look how closely dressed they are, and because you listened to your intuition and heard God and stay, okay, this is what you need to do to resolve the situation, to stay on your path, this is coming in for you. We have the Taurus energy coming in. That's on, the Empress energy is actually ruled by Venus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. This is saying down here, you are like a toddler learning how to give and take in life. And you know, toddlers, they're so lovable and adorable. And at the same time, they don't like to share. And so it's that kind of energy, learning how to give and take, how to receive, and how to give. And this energy, I just want to say, when I'm doing a reading like this, when the horoscope cards come out, I'm talking about the state of being of that sign. We all have a little bit of Taurus in us. And where it is in your chart is going to determine if, of course, if you're a Taurus, and that's your sun sign, that's going to be more dominant in you, but everybody has some of that in them. And you can look it up on your chart, and that's where that energy would show up. So I'm not identifying certain people doing certain things. I'm identifying the stage of life and what is this energy at its best? How can we learn from it? And then we have Mother's Worry. And this card's been coming in a lot in my larger readings like this. And I really do feel that this energy is talking about the concern that a lot of people have for what's happening on the earth at this time. And so it's kind of like a lot of people worrying about like the events, like, because it's been pretty volatile. You may have noticed I have like about 5-minute tolerance for the news. A lot of spiritual people will say, don't even watch the news at all, because it's you want your reality to be clean of that energy. I feel we all have a responsibility to know what's going on a global scale, because that is going to trickle down into our lives. And our job is to come on this earth and then leave it a better place for the following generations. So if we don't know what's going on, how are we going to participate in making it a better place? That kind of energy. This is something to do with the lover energy. So this is, again, this divine partner energy. But like this is, it's coming in again. Why do these people want to stop this energy? I don't know. I don't know. They want to stop someone meeting their perfect, like their emperor kind of energy. And then we have the hangman. So the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge, looking for a better perspective. And sometimes the hangman might hang from the tree of knowledge to gain a new perspective on how to stop this coming in. That could be that, like, the balance isn't there, that kind of energy. Each card has a potential to go one way or the other way, depending on the context of the information. And the hangman is sitting right on here. Looking at this situation, what can we do now kind of energy. If you're on a foolhardy journey on your destined path, you're going to have, you can anticipate your journey. If you are on a foolish path, you're not on God's plan and you're going against it, you can expect that your expectations are going to create limitations. That's the energy. Justice is coming in again. It's saying this. It's saying on this, okay, so this Queen of Cups and this King of Cups could be a couple that's trying to come together or is together, and it's something's happened to them and now justice is being served. Or it could be this energy of this couple trying to stop this energy coming in, because it's down in this corner here. But in either way, karma and justice is coming in. We have the Chariot sitting right on this energy. Again, this is like saying it's already in action. Law and order coming in, that contraction of the universe that I was talking about. We have father figures here. So this is talking about being responsible, like a family person kind of energy. The Emperor is that energy. This is talking about, this could represent, there could be a, because this is about turning princes into frogs instead of turning frogs into princes. So, I don't know, that energy could be, to do with this. Maybe this energy here. Maybe there was some slander against a father figure, or a father figure was the one that was doing the slander. It's hard for me to really, there's so many ways that this could be coming in. And I feel like this is, again, speaking of like a more, like a global energy that we're all feeling. And at the same time, it could represent, they could really resonate with certain people in their lives. So this is talking about when this justice comes in, that this energy, that's when the pre-empress energy becomes the empress. And then we have having the courage to move forward and go after your heart's desires. And we have the energy of the moon. Okay. I keep getting that energy, like tonight's moon, or like it's actually in 2 days, but man, you can feel it. I can feel it. And so this is about disciplining your mind so you can have reckless abandon. It's kind of being able to entertain your gypsy, the gypsy in you, but in a disciplined way kind of energy, if that makes sense. Staying on your path while allowing yourself to, have a wild side to yourself. Temperance again is coming in here so that you can be on this. This is talking about when this pentacle comes in, being able to be. And is it coming in on this full moon? It's interesting. We do have on the 17th of February, and this has got the number 18 on it. We have the new moon coming in at the same time as it's the new year in the fiery horse energy. And we also have an eclipse. So that's going to be quite a lot of energy too. Good time to clear. Now, this is talking, make sure you use your insight. So, using your third eye as well as the eyes that you can see with, so you have a clear picture. And I feel like that's basically this reading in a nutshell. This was clear. Thank you, Lord. The last two readings, I was just like, I got them after more, but it was still like weird. Like I've never, 2 readings in a row like that, what the hell is this about, basically? Anyway, this one I feel is talking about kind of the condition that the world is in, and it's kind of coming down for all of us to have more clarity, really. It's a good thing. If justice comes out, hey, let's go for it. That's a really good thing. Justice from the top comes to the bottom, and justice from the bottom rises up to the top. What do they say? The cream always rises to the top. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do like and comment if you have. Subscribe to the channel if you resonate with the energy. I'll be back with another daily reading for you tomorrow. Bye for now.